Greetings, I am CrossKnights, and this is Let's Play Matrix Path of Neo. Final episode. Final episode no matter how damn long it's gonna be. Which I can't say I know for sure. Heal others? Heal others. In the last episode, I took over the Senate. Because that's how I roll. Alright, we're now on to the third movie. There's only one set of fights in the third movie, so... Fortunately, since they decided to show this in CG and not clips from the actual movie, I can show this part. Not that it's going to make any sense if you haven't seen the movie. Yeah, that's Smith. Smith possessed an actual person and went into the real world. How? He just did. Smith can do anything.
I wish you could see yourself, Mr. Anderson. Helpless. Pathetic.
Yep, for some reason, Neo's powers are working outside of the Matrix, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. But yes, this entire time, I've actually thought that Keanu Reeves was doing the voice of Neo, and he's not. Also, Hugo Weaving is not doing the voice of Smith. They were just able to find people that were able to do Keanu and Hugo impressions well enough that I had no idea. So the only person who came back was Lawrence Fishburne, who does Morpheus. Everyone else was replaced, and I didn't even notice, so good job on them. The other thing is I figured out is the mysterious red circle thing during certain moves.
Mr. Anderson, I've been looking for you.
I'm going to test it right now, but apparently if you don't have enough focus, the red circle appears. It has nothing to do with position. That I never knew. But it makes sense. So let's test this here. If I'm right... Yeah, look, it's working. Of course, there's no one here, so... or I was too high, so I didn't target Smith, but... let me just test that one more time. Yep. Red circle problem solved. It doesn't happen if you don't have enough focus. Notice how fast my focus is filling up, because this is the final battle. Also, there's, how do I do it? There's a move that I unlocked that I've never used, and that's like a big no-no for me in LPs. I always try to use all of the moves.
The rest of me is just going to watch, Mr. Anderson.
Well, then don't knock me into them. Ah, you're knocking me into them. You gotta try to stand at an angle so that doesn't happen. Are you kidding me? He's not kidding me. You wanna stop doing that? Oh my god, this is terrible. You stay away from me. You stay away from me! I don't like you, sir. You are rude. Keep your damn hands to yourself. Or this will happen. Need more focus. Need to get him in a combo. Yeah, I wish they made this arena a little bit bigger. If they were going to have that Smith wall happen. There we go. Lightning kicks. Ugh. I'm trying to do the combo called the One, but I've probably damaged him too much to do it now. Ugh. Well, there we go. probably not going to be able to finish this. Alright, I think that's it. That is damage, my friends. Lightning kicks, Mega Punch, aerial Mega Punch, I don't know what to call it, jump, 360 degrees throw, tons of damage. Now, I said before, this is the most disappointing part in the game, because right from the beginning, I was really looking forward to the flying portion, and the flying portion is not even remotely fun. Please tell me you're going to heal me. Because if not, this is going to be a short battle. They healed me. I'm good. Yes, I'm playing this about 3 weeks after all of the other parts. I recorded everything pretty close together except for this last fight. Probably because I knew I wasn't going to have too much fun in this last fight. So I'm a little bit out of practice. That's why I just almost got my ass handed to me. But yeah, this playthrough's been instructional, except for the whole shotgun to the stomach move. I think I've figured out how to do everything in this game now. I just haven't figured out... Yeah, I haven't figured out the stomach move, but I figured out the red circle thing, and that's been bothering me for ages. So I wish I had known that beforehand, because the Smith fight would have been more badass if I knew how to do that. A lot of fights would have been more badass if I knew how to get rid of that. Hut.
That isn't going to work this time, Mr. Anderson.
What, kicking you? 'Cause I think it is going to work. No super moves. Oh. Flip.
Why?
Oh, it's gonna work this time. Haha. That was weird. Yeah, that was it. Not enough focus. That's the reason my aerial killing blow moves were not working. They seem to be always working if I have close to full focus. It's very weird. None of the other moves have that type of requirement. You're not supposed to be able to kill him at that part. So the fight keeps on going. Now, when I first saw the third Matrix movie, I was very disappointed. There was hardly any action. And all the promises that were made in the second movie, all the cool stuff they could have done, none of them panned out, and the ending was just terrible. But they kind of found a way to make the ending in the game even worse, which I gotta say is impressive. Haha, counter. Dodge. Oh, you got me. Dodge. Over here, jerk. Pia. I don't feel bad about destroying these. They're not real. Dodge. Yeah, this is pretty much all you can do in this fight. Really slow, boring combos, and then grabs that throw people into buildings. They spent so much time on the alternate sword combos. I mean, I don't know if this is like developer fatigue or something, but it's just very disappointing that they didn't spend that much time on this portion. Uh. Back at you. Ugh. I thought there was a way to, like, charge your punches or something. Maybe it was with... Ah, yeah. It's with, killing blow. Haha! Of course, the parts of the battle where it goes back to normal are okay. We are so powerful. Now there's a briefcase here somewhere. You stay away from me, Smith. There it is. Secret unlocked. Might as well get the easy ones, even though I said I don't care too much, which I don't. Because it's not like I'm going to be showing you guys the secrets or anything. Unless I can find the bloopers. I seem to remember there being, like, blooper videos. Those were actually funny to watch, but I don't know how to unlock it. Maybe you unlock it after you beat the game, I'm not sure. Bam! A bit closer. Oh, too close. How you like that? Oh, God. Killing blow. Yes, yes, we've all seen it. Come at me, you flying businessman. Each knee, son. Killing blow. I missed. He dodged me. Grab you. Pam. We are wiping out all of Wall Street. Come at me. Come on at me, bro. Come on at me, bro. Oosh. Timing! Our moves canceled each other out. He dodged me. He's trying to shine me on. Uh-oh. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna... I should be dead right now. By a lot. Alright, time for the most disappointing move in the game. Again, when I saw Mega Punch, I thought it'd be amazing, but it's dumb. It's basically just killing blow.
My power has grown as well, Mr. Anderson.
I missed! That's even more disappointing than seeing the actual move. Not by a lot, though. You want to stop being a blocky blocker? So I can Mega Punch you. Flip! Oh, God! Well, this is the end, Dan. Alright, basically all Mega Punch is the regular punching blow things, and then this cutscene. Just the fact that it's in a cutscene, like, ugh. It does not like it. Oh, he grabbed me out of the air. Maybe I should have practiced a little bit before playing this again for the first time in a few weeks.
Anderson, my world!
I don't see your name on it. Also, your teeth are coffee stained. Ah! Again with the racks. I can't do any of the aerial grab moves. What the crap? Are you actually gonna work this time, Mega Punch? There we go. Yep. The great, awesome move that I was looking forward to was a move we already had with a cutscene at the end. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe the master... You know what would have been great? Okay, see, I just figured this out. You do that Mega Punch move fine, then you do an uppercut. We're in a hole. This is the only time you have that move. You uppercut them like a few stories up. Then Neo flies up and starts punching the crap out of them air and slams them back down to earth. Now that is a final move worthy of this game. Not that really crappy cutscene that's just like this uninspiring combo. And the slow motion my fist moving. We already have a move that was slow motion my fist moving. Making it slightly slower is not a great final move. You dead yet? He's gonna kill me. You missed. He almost got me. That's right, brother. You cannot take my freedom. That was terrible. I'll never do it. Oh, lamest part in the game. Why Wachowskis? Why? What? Oh, come on.
Hi,
Man.
I'm Andy Wachowski.
And I'm Larry Wachowski.
Or rather, these are the digital projections of our mental selves.
First of all, congrats on reaching the final stage of this game. You kick ass.
Yes, we salute your excellence on the gaming field.
Now, the real reason we're here is to discuss the big problem we faced in turning these 3 movies into a video game. You see,
Not
at
the
this point in
time.
Story, Neo stands on the verge of Satori, ready to resolve the paradox of choice and choicelessness, of free will versus fate, but that can only be achieved through an act of surrender, which occurs after he has abandoned the perspectival nature of truth, accepting the totality of present consciousness, which ultimately allows an evolutionary transition.
Oh my
Transcending
god.
the Cartesian dilemma through the emergence of demon mid-spirit, which improvises...
This would have been funny if they did it as a feature after you beat the game, but not before. Not before.
Shit. Sorry. I think what my brother's trying to say is, at this point, it's martyr time. Now, maybe that works in a movie, but in a video game, the Jesus thing is, well...
Lame.
Really lame. If you're like us, then right now you're ready for 15 minutes of sweaty-palmed, button-pushing action to kick the crap out of some big badass boss.
So we suggested to Shiny that we change the ending.
We thought it would be cool after Smith rose up screaming, "It's my world." The other Smiths jumped onto him, merging into one massive monster Mecha Smith.
So if you're ready, it's time for a little Hulk versus Galactus action.
Good luck,
You'll need it.
and enjoy enlightenment.
So dumb. I mentioned there are 3 parts in this game with really stupid misplaced humor. This is the last one, and it's the worst one. You don't do that. You don't do that in a game that had a nice tone to begin with. You just lead into the scene. After you beat the game, you unlock that scene, and I probably would have thought it was funny if we saw it afterwards. But, terrible. It just, yeah. Worst part in the game. I mean, this cutscene right here, pretty awesome, though. I mean, they wanted to have a gigantic, crazy boss battle, that's fine. But the other problem is this boss battle's not all that fun, but it is more fun than the fight that I just finished, so at least there's that. Constructed of smiths, buildings, and cars. Rubble. All that jazz. Now this fight I definitely should have practiced before taping it, because I can certainly die in this, but we'll see what happens, won't we? Huh. It's alright, but it's missing something. Yep, that's what is missing. Alright, Mecha Smith. Let's see what you're made of. Well, we know what you're made of. Let's dismantle what you're made of. Yeah, this is, not my first attempt at this battle. Might as well admit it right now. It's a pretty annoying battle. It's also not very fun. It is kind of cool visually, but for the most part, it consists of dodging his blows, which you can do because he telegraphs all of his punches, though sometimes it's not always completely obvious. Up. And when he flinches or declares victory like that, you charge him and do damage to him. Now, I'm not sure exactly how many times you have to hit him, but 10 sounds about right. It takes a while. So yes, at the beginning of this video I said that it had been about 3 weeks before I played this. And it's true that it had been about 3 weeks since I recorded the first part of this, and had been 3 weeks since I had recorded this video, but I'm right now doing post-commentary, and it's actually been about 3 months since the beginning of this video. I went through my whole computer not working crap, because my power supply decided to die on me. But I finally got a new power supply. This is the first video I'm recording on the computer with the new power supply. Or at the very least, the first audio, because the video was already done. So the power supply just couldn't last like 2 more days so that I could actually record this and actually finish this LP, because people have been asking about it. Which I like, because that means people have been searching for this game, and it means that people still are interested in this game, or interested in finding out about it. And I hope I've at least found 1 or 2 people that saw this game in the store or something and thought, you know, maybe I'll get it, but I want to see how it works first, so I'm not going to buy it. And they saw the video, and now they're going to buy it, or try it out. Like, that was the purpose of doing this. Roar. So now that I've got my computer back, I can record the rest of Vampire in a day or 2. I'm probably going to wait a little bit on that. And I bought Aeon Flux also, so... And I'm sorry that this is now not me talking about the game, but it's gonna be more of this the rest of this. It's just gonna be me dodging his damn arms, and these give temporary protection. He'll hit those instead, and when he hits them, he has a high chance of flinching afterwards, because, I don't know, he hurts the back of his pin end. Not really sure. Yeah. Whatever, buddy. Dodge. Now, the structures that you can use as shields don't come back or anything. There's a temporary number, and... oh, jeez. I forgot. After a few hits, he starts throwing smiths at you. But they're not too much of a threat. You can just chuck him off. I actually don't know what happens if you don't chuck him off in time. Possibly nothing. They might just keep on spinning with you until you miss your opportunity to attack or your opportunity to dodge. But you will have to dodge some of his hits by actually dodging them and not using the structures to block him, because there are less structures than times you'll need to hit him. Ha! Yep, celebrated right away because he hit the structure. Bastard is still alive. What would have been a great final battle for this would have been, you beat the one Smith, and, then all the other Smiths are like, screw this, we're jumping in too. And admittedly, that would be a lot like the Smiths fight, but I don't know, maybe they could throw in, like, flying Smiths, or, like, you temporarily flying and then going back to Earth. Something. Admittedly, that would have been a crap of a lot of work, I think. This battle, I mean, it looks kind of cool, but it's not very fun to play. It's very repetitive, just like the aerial battle. And he is missing an arm. That means he won't be doing any of the left-handed uppercuts anymore. Up. Attack! You really should have gone for the other arm, Neo, but whatever. Yeah, you've got no stump. Hoodah! Away from here. Stop throwing Smiths, man, it's rude. Also, stop throwing homing Smiths, man. Nothing worse than homing Smiths. Almost missed that one. You took that one to the head. You got no brain, Smith. Yoo-hoo! Now let me tell you what's going to happen in the ending right now. It's not a spoiler because I'm not going to show it. Sorry, I haven't shown any of the movie clips here, and I'm not going to change that. But oh jeez. Oh, I skipped that part apparently, but it just shows you falling to Earth. This happens if you get knocked away by one of the arms. It initiates this mode. Or you have to do this little block things mini-game, or dodge them, and then eventually be able to fly back. And flying back will count as one hit. So that's good. But, yes, the ending, that little stupid bald boy is like, we won the war, yay, and then everyone's like, yay. And then it plays We Are the Champions by Queen, which is cool. I'm not going to be able to show that because, one, copyrighted movie pictures. Which, again, just using a small clip, probably okay, but I'm paranoid. I've been paranoid just to do this game because it's based on a property like this, even though I'm pretty sure it's just as protected by fair use as other video games that I've played. But that doesn't stop things from being removed because, you know, YouTube's a bit jittery about that type of thing. So I'm probably just going to have to show the credits with my own game music over it. There is an FMV after you beat him, though. And I think this might be the last hit. I think after you destroy the chest, there's just one more hit. Yeah. You jerk. Yeah. I was able to order the Eon Flux game, though, so I'm definitely going to be playing that soon. Excellent. So this is the real ending. Ignore the part from the movie or whatever. Yeah. Well, there you have it. The movie scene happens and it plays We Are the Champions. If you want to see it, then you gotta get the game yourself, I guess. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I've gotten a decent amount of views on this. I know a few people have watched the whole thing, so that's very cool. Whether or not they stay around for the rest of my channel, whatever. I'm just glad that I was able to show this game. Next, for PlayStation 2 games, is either going to be Eon Flux or Prince of Persia. So we'll see about that. and I gotta get the vampire done. Then I guess I'll have like a computer game slot if I want to fill that. I don't know if I do though. I don't really need to have 3 games running at once. That can get a bit hectic, but 2 games is good because some people are interested in some people are interested in another. I haven't really been playing any Flash games because my other computer can't run them fast enough, and I certainly couldn't record them and run them. So I might be delving back in to see if I can find a few gems there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a lot of fun making this LP, and when I first decided that I wanted to do LPs, this is the first game that I wanted to play, so I'm glad that is done. So I'm currently playing Chrono Trigger right now as far as my old school misgivings. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Don't know what I'm going to do after that. I actually have 2, like, unreleased LPs that might, or 3 actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I have the Bouncer. I could release the Bouncer. I have the entire first storyline recorded, and I don't know if I'm ever going to release it. Then there's Donkey Kong Country 1, but I don't think too many people are interested in that, just based on the view count of Donkey Kong Country 2. And then there's ActRaiser, which I haven't finished, but I don't think I care anymore. I'm probably just going to delete those and forget that I even started it. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to show all the credits. I think I'm done. This has been the final part of Let's Play Path of Neo. I'm CrossKnights. Thank you for watching.